realized when I posted the video the other day of our coop build, I didn't really do a whole lot about it when it was finished. So come on in the garden and we're gonna check it out and see how this coop works in my little urban yard. You can see I've got neighbors on all sides, and you can't really hear the chickens. They're not obnoxious, they're not anything that would be troubling to a neighbor, and if they do get bothered, I'm just gonna bribe them with eggs. But come on, let's check out the finished coop, and I'll meet you over here. Hey friends, I am just doing my afternoon chores, and I wanted to show you what my favorite part of chicken keeping is, and it is these guys. Whenever I open the door, they come running. Come on, chicks. They just come running, and I pull the weeds out of my garden, just a couple, because my garden's not huge. But I pull the weeds out, and I give them the weeds. They run off and chase each other. It's the cutest thing. And then I come in and I get this that has fallen down. And we're going to give them some mealworms because it is the highlight of their lives. Chook cam launching in 3, 2, 1. They live for these mealworms. And I don't give them very many. There are 9 chooks here, and I give them a handful and a half, maybe, on a good day. But they just come running. And we have a mixed flock. We have a olive egger. We have another olive eggers, the black one here. We have 3 lavender Orpingtons, 2 silver laced Polish, and then we have the white splash chicken here and the brown and black chicken here. They are Easter eggers. They're from Meyer Hatchery. I'm sorry, they're not from Meyer Hatchery. They're from Cackle Hatchery. And I ordered them with a girlfriend of mine. She ordered 2 as well. All of our chooks are doing really well. These guys, the Easter eggers, are about 10 weeks old now, and all the others, the other 7 are 11 weeks old, 11 and a half weeks old. That is Marion. She might be my favorite chicken. She thinks I hung the moon. And these Polish, we don't know yet if they are cockerels or pullets. We're hoping for pullets, but it's really hard to tell with these guys until they start laying eggs, pretty much. So we are just winging it with them. So for now, they are Alice Cooper and Gene Simmons. That way, if they are boys, we're good, and if they're hens, it's just Alice and Gene. So that's the route we're taking there. I do think that I have one rooster of the lavenders. You can see him there in the middle. I have not named any of the lavenders, just to be on the safe side. The white splash Easter egger is Snowball, as she has been named by Bobby. And then the other one back there, the brown Easter egger up at the top of the frame, she is Sweet Cheeks. So we have Sweet Cheeks up here, Marion, and this black olive egger down here is Vivian. She was named by my coworker Nicole, and it just stuck. So the only ones we haven't named yet are the 2 lavender hens, or pullets, that we believe are pullets. Anyway, they are, 11 weeks old, so the differences are clear in my opinion that this big one over here is a rooster, or a cockerel rather, and then these are hens, just in the size of the bird, the size of the common wattles. But I am a first-time chicken keeper, so if you have any insight, please leave it down in the comments. That would be really helpful. Since I am out walking around in the coop, I figured I would do a little mini coop tour. show you guys what exactly I have set up for a busy mom who is just enthralled with chicken keeping, and I do really love them, and I want them to be happy and comfortable all of the time, even when I'm crazy busy with baseball, little league, work, husband, commuting. So I am a pretty busy gal, but we have made some accommodations and adjustments to our coop that really make this work for us. I'll show you our setup so that maybe this helps one of you guys. So to begin our ease of coop use tour, we have the blue 5-gallon bucket. This is a regular 5-gallon bucket with a lid on it, and my husband screwed in these little chicken waterers. We opted for the cup ones. The hens peck them, they fill with water. They're not messy, they're fabulous, and that 5-gallon bucket lasts me with these 9 chickens rather. This 5-gallon bucket lasts me a solid week, and we have 4 of the little chicken cups on there. So again, been really helpful. Holds 5 gallons of water, and I fill it up about once a week, and everybody's pretty happy with it. That's what Viv says. Now this contraption here is a Pinterest project. There weren't any directions really for how to build this thing, but this sucker is a 3-inch tube of PVC. It's held to the wall by one of these hose clamp straps. We got a cap for the lid, and we put screws around the top to prevent this lid from going all the way down, because when it goes all the way down, I can't get it off, which is a problem because they're my chickens. So you can see down in there we have regular old chicken feed, and it fills this whole tube, and down at the bottom we have a rubber base, which is a drain pipe base, and it's just on there with a hose clamp, and the feed travels down this whole tube, and I would say it's probably 3.5, maybe 4 feet tall, and it lasts me again about a week. So I do keep an eye on it and check it, but it lasts me about a week before I have to fill it up. And then next to it I just have free choice oyster shells, crushed oyster shells, so that they can pick those if they want to. And then this contraption worked a lot better. Hi there, guy. You're blocking the shot. Right in the middle. Can you move, please, sir? Sir? Thank you. So this contraption is just a couple pieces of 4x4 that I stapled some chicken wire to the top of to kind of protect those wheat berries. And I've been watering them. It's not working so great. You know, I don't know if it's just not getting enough sun over here because we are on the side of our house, but I might just take it off and give up on that. You know, as a first-time chicken keeper, I wasn't prepared for all of the feathers. I mean, they lose a lot of feathers. I wasn't ready for that. I really wasn't anticipating having that many little feathers floating around, but I guess they're continuing to grow and continuing to get feathers, so it makes sense. I just wasn't ready for it. We also do have, right above me, you can see, we do have another layer of 40% contractor cloth up here, and that's just right outside the coop door. We're in a pretty urban environment, so I don't come out here and close the coop door at night. Maybe I should, but we're in a, she just pecked my foot. We're in a pretty urban environment, as you can tell from some of our videos. Some of our neighbors are really close. We only have a 6,000 square foot lot here, so as far as predators, we have big dogs, and they just we don't get a lot of sightings of possums and raccoons in our area to begin with, but you know, at the first sign I would sure come out and close the coop, because the coop itself is built like Fort Knox. Hubs did a really good job building it. It is built, it could probably withstand a hurricane. It's gonna withstand any weather we get here in California. But it is really nice. It's nice to have a run that I can walk into. We have a gate here that I can close this gate separately, and lock them all in that end of the run, and then have this whole area here to pick up and clean and do whatever I need to do. We can also, of course, close the door on the coop, the chicken door, and get in that way, and then we can do whatever we need to do with this. The latch we chose is pretty simple. We chose one of these pullback latches, and the pullback latch just gives that extra security. And then to close it, I have one of these just simple wood knobs on there. It works pretty great. My kid can do it, which is really important. I don't know if you guys have little kiddos. Mine's 8, and he is all about the chickens, and he's soon going to be all about cleaning the chicken coop. So that's fun. But yeah, come on around. I'm going to show you what the person door looks like. This might be my favorite part of my day. They love me. There she is, Miss America, my coop. So the Coop Dimensions, it's the top is roughly 4 by 4 by 4, and the bottom is actually I don't really know how high that is. We had these leftover 4 by 4s from another project. We just cut them all so that they're the same height and tall enough that I can wheel up a wheelbarrow right underneath there. For the lock, I just have a latch here and a carabiner, so nothing too high tech there. I always put the carabiner back on here because if I put it in my pocket and walk away, it's a problem. So the coop door is framed out with some 1 by 2 by 1s and some gang nails, and that just gives it a little bit of extra structure. And inside of our coop, you know, my chickens haven't really started on their roosting bars yet, and I don't know, maybe I'm doing something wrong with that. Let me know. But we built this smaller roost, and it's just up above the floor, and they don't lay on that one either. So they would rather cuddle up in this corner when the door's shut, of course. They all mound up like right in here, and they snuggled together. Aside from 3 chickens, the 2 Polish and one of the lavender hens sleep in this doorway facing outward. And I'll see, oh hi Viv. I'll see if I can get an image of them. Obviously, somebody asked me before if the ramp was too steep for them, and that is clearly a no, as evidenced by my dear friend Viv here. She's the, I think she might be the boss. It's either her or Marion. I'm not really 100% sure. But this is their little coop area. They seem to really like it. I just cleaned all of this bedding out. This is what I mean about the feathers. Like you can see, it's not a lot of poop in there, but it's feathers. Tons and tons of feathers. So I did mount it up on the corners a little bit, the pine bedding. I mounted it up over here too, but they've spread that out. And it's really not bad to clean out. I had Hubs make it so that this is flush. There's no lip here. So that when it comes time to do a big clean out, I can put a wheelbarrow right up under here and just scrape it all out. The door is almost the entire width of the coop, and then it's pretty high. I mean, I'm 5'6", and I have to reach up, so I would say it's probably, you know, a solid 5'6" off the ground to the door. The bottom, I'd say, is probably 30 inches, and these are my dogs investigating. This is my hunting dog, ironically enough, Lucy, and she just thinks that these birds are snacks. So we're gonna kick her out of the garden because Mom accidentally left the gate open. That's how my plants die. Okay, out of the garden. I wanted to add really quickly that we do have the nesting boxes in here. They're all marked off so that they can't sleep in there. I don't really want them to get into that habit. And up here in the roof, I have one of these nifty little battery operated tap lights, just in the event that I need to come out here and check on something and it's dark. My nearest outlet is kind of far away, so putting in an actual light wasn't an option. But let's go ahead and latch this up and come around the corner here to our beautiful little nesting boxes. So you'll see here we just have 2 barrel locks, and it's framed out much in the same way as the main door is. I do have some plans for this if anybody is interested. I just have some really rough set of plans. I think all in it probably cost us between $350 to $400 to build the entire coop. So my door again folds down out of the way so that I can you know, take these things out. I can hyperextend this a little bit and put a wheelbarrow right up next to it, which is really helpful. So far we just have the one wooden brown egg. I got it on clearance. It was an Easter decorations. So I got these white brown wooden eggs. I have about 6 of them that we're going to put in here when it's time. And this is just AstroTurf, that you know, artificial grass that I got from a local swap and sell site, that I'm going to use to hopefully so they don't break the eggs when they lay. I got about 12 square feet of this for $10. You can hose it off. It's really practical, and it seems to really do the trick. So more to follow on that as we test that out, but we do have some pretty larger nest boxes. Ours are, this one here I think is like 15 inches, and these are 15 inches on the inside, but we just wanted to make sure that we had space enough to accommodate, because I really want a Brahma rooster and a Brahma hen. Actually, I can't have roosters where I live in suburbia, but I want to get a Brahma. And big birds need big boxes. So that's about it for our coop tour, friends. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to leave them down in the comments. If you would be interested in seeing my drawn up plans, I am happy to give those to you. They're not professional plans. They are my plans that I drew up from my memory and from all of my research. But here we are. This is my happy place. I spend a lot of time sitting on this bench. I sit here and my chooks run up behind me under here, and I sit in my garden and drink my coffee, and I really enjoy it out here. And you know, this is the best thing I've done for myself in a really long time. I have a girlfriend that's doing it along with me, and she's had the same thoughts and feelings, just gratitude, because I think as moms and women and wives, we tend to do everything for everybody else, and that's okay. It's really okay, but we do need to take time to do things just for us. And this has been such a rewarding and valuable experience for me with these chickens, and it makes me feel like a mom all over again. Every time they do something new, they get a little bigger, they run a little faster, they fly when they run, they're dropping feathers, they're doing all these chicken things. And as a first-time chicken keeper, and you know, as a mom, you just feel kind of responsible. Like, that little guy right there, I brought that chook home when it was 1 day old, and here it is, frolicking and living in chook paradise. And you know, I'm growing things specifically for the chickens. That's how I know that this is something that just makes me happy. And I think for now, I'm gonna leave you with that nice little coop tour and little life update. And it's okay to do things just for you. It's not silly, it's not lame, it's not stupid. And if anybody tells you that it is, then, you know, they can live their own lives. Just let you live yours. Until next time, love and light.